Hello everyone, my name is Abhijit Ray. I cleared the Civil Service Exam 2021 with an All India rank of 50. Uh, this was my fourth attempt. I have had more failures in this exam than success. They say that success is when failure failed to give up. I think in my case also that was the case. So 2018 I started this journey. Normally what people do is they give 1 or 2 years of preparation and then they give their first attempt. But I was doing a job in fact in a very good company in Bangalore, Texas Instruments. So I'll talk about the reasons which made me switch to civil services. But in 2018 I started my preparation and within 1 month I gave my attempt. Obviously I did not know what hit me. But the reason why I want to share this is that I have failed in prelims twice. In 2018, I failed by a huge margin. Then I got a little more serious. I failed by a smaller margin in 2019. Then 2020, I left my job. I came home to Bangalore. Came home to Siliguri. I come from a small town called Siliguri in West Bengal. And I started preparing. And as you know, COVID hit at that time. So it was a completely self preparation sort of a thing. But in 2020 attempt, what happened is that I cleared prelims this time again by a very small margin. I cleared it. I think it was 0.7 marks more than the cutoff that I had got. And in 2000, and then in the mains, again mistake. I I had changed my optional to anthropology, and I was still in the mode that if you write your optional like your general GS papers, you're going to do well. No, you're not. I got marks also like GS, but again I failed. So the thing is, before the mains of 2020 I sort of had the premonition, because you give this exam for a long time, you know what works and what doesn't work. So I had this premonition that I'm not going to do well in mains. This was in early December 2020. um, I had almost made up my mind that I'm going to give up my preparation because I had had enough. I mean, staying away from friends. I am a person who is bubbly, who likes to go out with people, talk to people, and I had cut myself off almost from a lot of things. So I was almost sure that I'm going to give up. I ruminated on it, thought on it for around 2 or 3 days, and I came to the decision that I'm going to search for a job in the same sector that I'm going to get back, that I was working in, the uh, electronic sector. And so it was. I remember very well. It was this late night, and I had made up my mind. So I told a very close friend of mine that I'm going to do this, and obviously she said not to do it. So my parents were sleeping, and I thought I'm going to tell them the next day, because why should wake up and all. I went to bed and I was idly scrolling through YouTube, and again, here is fate, here is destiny, here is luck, whatever you call it. um, Ruchi Bindal ma'am, 2019, All India rank 39 or 38. Her mock interview video was there on YouTube. So I just had opened it, not expecting anything, just to see the video. Over there, she mentioned about her failures. She failed thrice in prelims, fourth time in mains, and during the interview, it was a fifth time, and she had got All India rank 38. Hearing that, somehow that snapped something inside me. I mean, I felt that if some people, and again, she had her own personal struggles also, which I read about later. So hearing things like that, it made me realize that my struggle is nothing, and I am trying to be arrogant and saying that this is a struggle. Actually, it's not. I have had quite a good job, and after that, I've had the privilege of staying with the people who care for me so much at home and preparing. COVID hadn't affected us that much, so I was lucky in a lot of ways. So the basic thing is that I realized is that my struggle is not actually a struggle. So I should not give up so easily, and it would be an insult to myself if I give up without a fight. At least give a good attempt with a fight. So, like I said, something snapped inside me. I put my phone down. I slept. The next morning, I just woke up and I started studying. I did not tell my parents anything about it. None of my close friends anything about it. It was only after the results of this year came out that I told my friends how close I was, and my parents how close I was to giving up. And that is fate. I mean, but I'm so happy that I did not give up. because then the rest became history. 2021, I worked very hard on my optional. I brushed up my answer writing skills a lot, and I got pretty good marks. And in the interview also, I got pretty good marks. So I have been lucky also, fortunate enough to have the support of a lot of people. Um, my manager in Texas Instruments in Bangalore, he was a person who sort of initially inspired me, because when I went into my job, Texas Instruments, I had no intention of joining the government service or the the civil services. I had zero intention. It was like, do a job, or you sort of go for an MS and then the subsequent ladders, right? But then, watching my manager, the social work that he used to do, I got involved in a lot of CSR activities of Texas Instruments. TI has some pretty good CSR activities across Karnataka. So I had the privilege of visiting a lot of places. I met a district collector once, briefly interacted with him. It made me realize two things: that uh, giving back to society gave me happiness, and secondly, people in administration or the civil services, they have the authority to make change in a meaningful way, which any other service may not have. These two things stayed with me, and looking back, I realized that maybe the role of my father also, because he was in medical administration. He was the chief medical officer of health of Darjeeling district for a long time. So maybe that knack of, or that atmosphere of administration maybe rubbed off on me unknowingly, because don't remember consciously thinking that I want to go into administration, seeing my father. But now I think that it may have rubbed off. So these small reasons may pushed me slowly towards civil services. I thought that if I have to use my talent and potential, then why not use it for the betterment of my country and society and the people? And if I have to do that, then why not do it at the top job? So that was the inspiration for Indian Administrative Services. It's been a long journey, actually. I mean, if someone would have told me in 2018 when I started preparation that it would take me 4 attempts, 4 years of my life, almost zero social contact, almost zero social media presence, I would not have started this exam in the first place. Ignorance is bliss, right? They call it. When I started this preparation, I was under the false impression that I have very good potential, that even with mediocre, what do you say, effort, I'll be able to ace this exam. Well, I kept thinking that foolish thought for around 2 years. After that, it slowly hit me that no, I should get serious. In my fourth attempt, I got really serious, and and it worked. Basically, it's been luck also. It's been the support of a lot of people. My managers knew from my start. My manager Prem Kumar Vadapalli, then my who was my buddy or my mentor, you might say, in office, Nagesh. These people knew right from the start that I was preparing, and they were extremely supportive. Then, of course, my parents, obviously, I owe whatever I am to them, and also some exceptional friends that I made in my Texas Instruments and through college. Gorang, who was my flatmate, and Srijita. I mean, the more I speak, the less. She's probably one of the very important reasons why I cracked this exam. I could sustain the support, or the support system that I had. I mean, she was the person who pushed me to never give up and try to be the best of what I can. I remember this one time, and we had a close friend circle. We were planning to go out for some coconut water, and I had just started my preparation. And seeing my seriousness, and seeing the fact that if I go out, I'm going to waste some time. So what she did is she filled that coconut water in a bottle and brought it to my room. I mean, I have had the privilege of being with such awesome friends, and this exam is such a big thing, such a long process, that you need a very good support system. And friends and people and family, mother and father, these are the people who will help you in those times of low, because trust me, this is such a strange journey that you're going to have more lows than you're going to have ups. That is guaranteed. Even if you crack it in the first attempt, or second, third, fourth, like myself, even sixth attempt, or even more than that, it is guaranteed that you're going to have more lows than you're going to have highs. It is the support system and your own tenacity and your stability, and of course the inspiration and motivation that gets you out of that. I mean, and I don't think this exam is about knowledge or talent. It's an exam which sort of epitomizes the saying that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard enough. No person in this room who has cleared this exam has been able to do it without hard work. They say that if you do smart work, you'll get there. But the truth is, even to get to a level where you know what is smart work and what is not smart work, you need a lot of hard work. So hard work anyway is required. You need a lot of answer writing practice, because the entire mains game is answer writing. You need a balanced personality, because that is what is checked in this exam. So I mean, this is one of the great things about this beautiful exam, although it's strange, but it's very beautiful also because it tests you completely. It Whatever good qualities you would have gathered right from your childhood till up to now, till up to your preparation, that gets tested. Your mettle, your perseverance, your punctuality, your dedication, just to name a few. And I also believe that this is such an exam where the training of a civil servant doesn't begin at Lavasana after you clear this exam. It begins from the very first day that you start preparing for this exam. How you deal with the laws, how you deal with your ability, how you deal with resource scarcity. Because in administration and also in life, there will always be resource scarcity. Either you will have less time and a lot of work, or you'll have less manpower and a lot of work to be done. You'll have less hospital beds but a lot of patients coming in, just as an example. And in civil services preparation also it is like that. You will have limited knowledge, but you'll have to write an answer of 2 pages or 3 pages. And the better that you are able to ornament it with material, of course, without bluffing, but with value additions, the better for you. So these are the skills that indirectly this exam teaches you. Of course, it teaches you perseverance. It improves your willpower. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to talk about the people who don't make clear this exam even after attempting a lot. It's not that they are anything lacking in them, because there is a million things that has to be in the right direction for you to crack this exam. It's not that you go on that day and you sit down and whatever happens on that day, that's it. Everything that you have done till your preparation, indirectly or directly, has an impact on your preparation. Your family stability at that time, your financial stability at that time, the friends, whether they disturb you or they pull you down or pull you up, your relatives, whether they pull you up or pull you down, everything, A to Z, everything matters. So it's not that the people who are unable to clear this exam is the end of the world. No, it's nothing like that. Civil services, yeah, it's good, there's a lot of respect, but it comes with its own set of challenges. There is no saying that civil servants are the only people who are happy in life. No, not at all. There are many civil servants who are depressed. There are many civil servants who are very happy. There are many people who are outside civil service who are extremely happy, who are extremely successful, who take pleasure in whatever they do in life. So the I think the essence is that be happy in whatever you're doing, and be very clear why you want to do something. I mean, I remember thinking for around a week before I started this preparation, this long journey. That time I didn't think it will go so long, but now I know it went very long. So before I started this journey, I thought for a very, very long time why I really want to get into this service. And I think that is a very important inspiration that will constantly drive you as you move ahead, or have the lows and failures in this journey, because you will have the failures in this journey. So and the reason why I keep saying this, that you will have more lows and than ups, is because success is a lot of small things done correctly. And while trying to do those small things right, in the initial days you're not going to do it well. You'll not know what is going on. If you try answer writing from the very first day, you'll not know what is it that you're attempting. I mean, the first few days are can be very tricky. I mean, many people give up in the first 6 months. But the trick is to keep going, because like life, after lows comes the highs, after darkness comes the dawn. So, and civil service preparation is also like that. It requires patience. That is also one important thing that it tests. So overall, I think, just to sum up, I have had a long journey, 4 attempts, fourth time, all India rank 50. Very happy, but very grateful also. I mean, I see the love and adulation that people shower upon you. I mean, it's very gratifying, it's very, very, very kind of them, but it's also, I believe, a debt that I incur to society, which I have to repay back with my good work. Because at the end of the day, as a civil servant, I'm expected to do work. I mean, just with a rank, good rank, that doesn't mean anything. It's the work that I do, the lives that I change in positive ways that actually matters. And that, I think, at the end of the day, will give me more happiness. I mean, I take all these with appreciation and happiness, but at the end of the day, I'm very critically aware that this comes with a great responsibility and an expectation to be a good civil servant, and that is what I aim to be. So, I'd like to conclude by saying that for all the aspirants who are preparing or wanting to start preparing, or who have not been able to clear it this time, I mean, there is no reason to lose heart. Even if you don't clear it, this is not the end of the world. This is just an exam. It's just an exam. It's a tough exam, but it is at the end of the day just an exam. Nobody gives a damn about your rank after you join the services. Nobody cares about it after 1 or 2 years, because it's your work that is going to define you. Your reputation precedes you. Always remember. And don't take this thing so seriously. Civil services is just a part of life. It can never be the heart of life. Value your friendships, the bonds that you create with people, the memories that you have, more than all these materialistic things. But if you are doing this journey, I mean, I think one promise that everyone should make to themselves is never to take any shortcuts, because that is not going to land you anywhere. You might clear prelims, but you most definitely will not be able to clear mains, and somehow you will have a hard time clearing the interview, because the people who are there in the interview, right, the 5 people, their cumulative experience is 150 years. Each of them has an experience which is more than your age. So it's very hard to bluff in front of them, to portray a fake personality in front of them. They're going to catch you. So remain humble, remain happy, remain positive. Very important. Take the lows in your stride, but try to ensure that you don't make the same mistake twice. Making the mistake is fine, that's human. Everyone makes. But it is criminal and it is an insult to yourself to make the same mistake twice. Specifically, since you are already a winner by having decided to sit for this exam. So I think I'll keep it at that. All the very best to all the aspirants. May you succeed, if not once, if not on the first time, if not on the second time, eventually, if not in the civil services, eventually in life, may you find happiness. So remain positive, and thank you very much. It's been great interacting with you through this medium. Thank you.